Hey guys, it's your buddy kidThunder, and this time I am doing a video response to AG's video, why video games are so important to me. Oh yes, he did mention the N64, so to speak. Yes, there goes my red Wii, so yeah. But I'm taking a look at the good old N64. Now, I remember getting my N64 back in the Christmas season of 1998, and I remember getting two games for it. I got Diddy Kong. I remember getting two games, Diddy Kong Racing and Super Mario 64. Really, that was the only two games I got started with at the time when I first got my system. So, right now, for this video response, I'm going to show you what games I actually have. Alright. Okay. I know I put all my N64 games. Yeah, let's move all these Genesis games right here. Okay. Put that NES game right there. Oh shit. Damn, I can't even get... Screw it. Move that over there. So only started with like two games back in the Christmas season of '98. But before I even got my N64, I remember I would go to like certain places like Toys R Us or Best Buy, or any other places that had video games at the time. So right here you can see my mini collection of my small collection of Nintendo 64 titles. Let's move all these. Let's get these as well too. Must be having a handful. Alright, this is all like a handful of N64 titles I have. Shit. Okay. Recently, as last year, I picked up Mischief Makers, complete in a box at a local play-in trade. Please excuse the cold. I had a bad cold throughout the weekend, so yeah, I ended up picking up Mischief Makers for the N64 last year. Okay. So I got Mischief Makers. Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. I remember my cousin gave me this game back in 2003. Another game I got, Goldeneye 007. Oh yes, the N64 version. Now I definitely would get the Wii version. I'm not sure, but I would get the Wii version when the price go down. My cousin actually gave me this version right here, so back in 2003. And yes, even when I was in high school, I was playing N64 back then too, so yeah, here we have Diddy Kong Racing and Extreme G. Awesome games. Flying Dragon. Not too many people are familiar with it. Even though I am sort of familiar with the Hiryu no Ken series. I actually have Flying Warriors for the NES. So I believe this one is like more or less a prequel to it. So yeah. We can't forget Cruisin USA. Sorry for the little labelware, or mainly because I got it used at a local play-in trade for like $5 at the time. So, World Driver Championship. Realistic racing game. Not the best racing game I ever played, but But what's good about it is the fact that at the time this was like, you know, one of the N64 games that had a high poly count. Okay, here are more games I got. Got Bomberman 64. I've seen reviews of this game being stated that it was a pile of dog mess and whatnot, but I find it cool in my opinion. I mean, I think this was a cool game. Real reason why I think this was an awesome game due to the fact that because of the party modes and whatnot. So yeah, Bomberman 64. Then we got Bomberman Hero. Now this is absolutely a better Bomberman game on the N64 compared to the last one, in my opinion. Now this one did get like passable reviews, but I pretty much would give it a better review, mainly because reviewers are biased and whatnot, and I'm an unbiased reviewer. So yeah. Doom 64. Oh, we cannot forget this one. Now, some people didn't like it. Now me, I never got a chance of playing Doom 64 way back in the day, or even back in 2003 when I was in high school still playing N64. So yeah. Star Soldier Vanishing Earth. Now, I first discovered this game via emulation when I had the Nintendo 64 emulator, Project 64. Apparently, I would do N64 reviews, but due to emulation problems, I can't do it, and I can't review N64 games. The best way I could review N64 games is like if someone could send me gameplay footage of certain N64 games, of all the N64 games that I actually have. So yeah. Obviously Mario 64, Super Mario 64. It took me 3 years to beat it. I'm not fucking kidding. It took me 3 years to beat this game. I mean, to get all the 120 stars and, you know, rescue Princess Peach and whatnot. So yeah, it took me almost 3 years to beat it. I mean, not just because like, you know, I wasn't, you know, being, you know, I wasn't sucking. I mean, I didn't suck at the game. Mainly it's just because, number one, I was more focused into everything else than gaming anyways. So yeah. Next up, Starfox 64. I actually got this game in you know, when I was in high school, like early 2004, like January 2004. Now I know back then, like, some people wasn't like, you know, there were reviews of this game stating that it was short. I mean, it wasn't worth the money and whatnot, but obviously that's complete bullshit right there. I mean, because in the game you do choose completely different routes and all that. But actually, I love this game. I mean, I'll, you know, probably play this game once again. Now, I wish I could get to Andross's true form, but it's a real pain in the ass for me to try to beat what's that? It's a real pain in the ass to try to beat Starwolf and Venom, so I'll probably try that again. Okay, what we have here? Oh, I can't forget this one. Ridge Racer. Yeah, Ridge Racer on N64. Now, I remember playing this game when I first got it when I was like 14 years old. When I was like in 8th grade, still in elementary school. So, and this was like a birthday present. I remember getting this game, mainly because, I don't know, like some people, like, you know, my sister and my mother was like, you know, they know I like video games and whatnot. So I remember getting this game. Now, I played the obviously it was more memorable on the PlayStation 1. But in my opinion, and like, I even played the DS version of this game. Now, the DS version is the same game as this version right here, but come to think of it, the DS version is often seen as a butchered port. But in my opinion, I do find that Ridge Racer on N64 would probably be, you know, the third best in the Ridge Racer series, in my opinion. The best Ridge Racer game that I've ever played was Ridge Racer Type 4 for the PlayStation. So, but Ridge Racer 64 has to be, you know, the third best in my opinion. Okay, let's see what else. F-Zero X. Now, oh yes, now, there were other games that I had. There were a few other games that I had. Other futuristic racing games that I had before I even acquired F-Zero X on the N64. I remember playing Aero Gauge, which, you know, obviously, I think that game was a pretty cool game, but it was kind of generic and whatnot. But well, wait, I'm not talking about F-Zero X. No, I'm saying like other futuristic racing games for the N64 at the time. Now, F-Zero X was really good. It was probably the best F-Zero game out. It was probably the best F-Zero game out there before say, like, you know, later F-Zero games in the series, like F-Zero Maximum Velocity on the Game Boy Advance and F-Zero AX and GX on the GameCube and arcade. So yeah, but F-Zero X, I would say that this is like one of the smoothest running N64 games out there. So yeah, but it is a great game, don't get me wrong.